starting live.
Okay. But so you can help me. Here, let me just move this back. Move this back here. Okay. We're starting now? So you just do what I tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, everybody. I'm Martha Stewart, and I'm here with Nancy Barbie. Barbie?
Yes.
Yes, what a nice name.
Thank you.
Who works for Domino Sugar. And Domino plays a part in today's blogger event that we're holding here at Stewart Lehigh Building in our beautiful kitchen right here in our TV studio. This is a Martha Kitchen available at the Home Depot. And you can buy these amazing cabinets and drawers and counters. And it's just one of, I think, around 20 beautiful kitchens that I've designed for the Home Depot. So you can just keep that in the back of your head when you're going to go and redo your kitchen or build a new kitchen. But Nancy's welcome.
Thank you.
And really, Domino Sugar has been a very big supporter of Martha Stewart Public Television. Our Bake, Martha Bakes, and we have Martha's Cooking School on public television. We just finished our 9th season of filming it. It hasn't shown yet, of Martha Bakes, and we did a whole series on just cookies. So you can imagine how many pounds of sugar we had to use.
We like that.
Yes, we like it. We like it too. And for some reason, I have always used Domino Sugar. Always. Ever since I was a child, I remember Mom bringing home the 25-pound bags, which are harder to find now.
Yes.
Than they used to be. I mean, home baking, I guess, is still very popular, but I think we baked more in the olden days.
And more from scratch.
Yeah, more from scratch.
More from scratch.
Yeah.
I think people are looking for convenience now.
Well, but when you watch my cookie show, you're going to be baking like crazy from scratch because every single cookie is so delicious. And we went around the world and got all kinds of fabulous recipes, tested them all, redeveloped them for cookies from around the world.
Wonderful.
So, oh yeah, it's so nice. And the French cookies, the Italian cookies, the Middle Eastern cookies, even Asian cookies. So we had a great time doing it. And I am so cookied out that I am today going to show you how to make 2 Christmas presents that are not cookies. The first one is peanut brittle. And this is a tray of peanut brittle. Do you like peanut brittle?
I love it.
I do too. I love it. It can be nut brittle. If you're allergic to peanuts, you can make any kind of nuts that you're not allergic to, but peanuts are they're so tasty in this brittle. And I'm not going to show you how to make this. I'm going to show you how to make candied popcorn. So let's do this first. We'll get this started at least. We're going to use a convection, this kind of induction's cooktop because our stove is covered over here.
Okay.
And it looks pretty this way. But it is cooked at 250 degrees, 1 stick and 2 tablespoons of butter. Can you see that in there? Okay, and a candy thermometer. And can you just show the audience? These are bloggers all from New York. Are you all from New York? And Philadelphia? Any other distant cities? No, all New Yorkers? Okay, well, welcome all to our event. We have 1 1/4 cups of packed light brown sugar, which it has less molasses in it than the dark brown sugar, but look at the color we make. It's so pretty, right, on the popcorn. So 1 1/4 cups. That gets dumped right into the pot. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm always adding salt to pretty much any dessert that I make now.
Why is that?
Just the depth of flavor. It just enhances the sugary flavor, I think. Ice creams, everything. And the 1/3 of a cup of molasses. So we are adding molasses, even though we're using light brown sugar. We could have used dark brown sugar, but you won't get that molassy taste.
You get a deeper, richer flavor with the actual molasses and brown sugar.
Yeah. So and we sprayed this bowl with vegetable spray. And almost all the molasses comes right out of the bowl. Do you know that little trick? That's a kind of important trick. Do you know that?
And so less cleanup mess too.
Yeah, well, yeah. You don't waste anything either because the bowl is virtually pretty much clean of molasses. I love that thing. Use it for corn syrups, for agave syrup, for anything kind of sweet and syrupy.
We're always looking for good tips, right?
Yes, always. Oh, good things. Good things.
Martha, Jesse is asking if you don't do that and you've got a hooked up candy thermometer or pan, how do you clean?
How do you clean what?
If you have molasses and you don't do that trick, how do you clean?
Oh, no, it's not cleaning. It's just getting it out of the measuring cup. So you just use a rubber scraper or your finger if you don't have a rubber scraper. But if you don't have a rubber scraper, you're crazy because you waste so much if you don't use a rubber scraper. Later, I thought so. Okay. I was thinking about it. So don't stir this, just swirl it. And can you see that? Oh, good. And we're just swirling this and just letting it come to temperature, and all the sugar will dissolve. And hopefully, you're going to watch it for me, right?
You really want to prevent those sugar crystals from growing in there when you agitate them.
Right. And stirring will agitate them.
Yes.
Right. And you'll get kind of a sugary rim around your pot when you're making caramel or a very sugary mixture like this. Better just to brush with a tiny bit of water if you want. You watch this because it's gonna. I don't want it to boil over. It will erupt if it gets too hot. But let me show you our brittle. And the nut brittle is such a pretty. This is a nice little recipe card which you can access on the internet at marthastewart.com. Go to nut brittle, and I just want to show you this as a gift idea because it's so pretty. Take a nice new tray. Don't give old trays away, but buy yourself. If you want 10 gifts, get 10 of these. These are these are quarter sheets, quarter cookie sheets, and you can get these at Macy's, and they're just beautiful. And then you make your brittle in it, and you wrap it very nicely with cellophane. Don't use plastic wrap. Use cellophane because it's crispier and neater, and it doesn't have that kind of filmy look that plastic wrap has. And then tie a beautiful ribbon around it. I love real ribbon. And in our family, we save real ribbon. Do you save real ribbon year to year?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We save it, and then my daughter comes up and steals it all from me. All the beautiful ribbon. But she has a ribbon closet. Do you have a ribbon closet at your house?
I don't have a closet, but I have a box.
Oh, you do? Yeah, if it's a little uneven. Maybe I'll just make it a little more even. Yeah, that's better. You want to make this very pretty because it's going to be a present. And this is a great present for a teacher. It's a great present for if you're having a party. I'm having a party on Sunday, a big open house. And here, you want to hold your finger, and let me just tie it once, and then you can hold your finger there for me. And I am not giving presents to everybody because I think they did it without them. So there, and then yes.
Kay wants to know what is your favorite food gift that anyone has ever gotten you?
The favorite food gift? Oh, please. Anyone who wants to send me a pound of the very nicest caviar, that's thank you. Thank you. I could use it for my party for the blini that we're making on Sunday. That would be nice. Or white truffles are nice too. Or even black truffles will do. I can make some nice pasta. Black truffles chopped very fine and cooked lightly in butter make the most delicious pasta. And so make a pretty bow. And give the little hammer. These are aren't they pretty?
Yes.
And you can break your brittle with this hammer. And we just put this right here.
So it just cracks and breaks apart? Maybe?
Oh, it does. Well, here, we're going to break some apart so you can see. And for serving,
You're just about there.
Oh, almost there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then add the baking soda.
Yep.
And
Turn
the
off the
nuts.
heat. And
Okay.
the nuts go in here with it.
Okay. So this is at, a little bit, almost perfect softball stage. And that is at 248 degrees. Yep. And this is the sugar we were using, the Domino brand. On the West Coast, it's C&H.
And the rest is CNH.
Yes, and so high quality, really good sugar. And I've, as I said, I've been using it forever. And stir in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And do you know why I add baking soda, anybody? it fluffs it up. It adds a kind of fluffiness to the syrup. And just make sure can you see how fluffy it is? Look, it almost grows a little bit more. That baking soda enlivens it. Make sure you don't leave any lumps of baking soda. But see how it changes color? Look, just from that 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And here we have our, it's a 1/2 cup of popcorn already popped. And you can dump the nuts in here. You want to dump the nuts? Here, you do it.
Now?
Dump them in. And you can do the stirring while I do the pouring. Start stirring as I watch out for your hands. Just hurry, stir, stir, stir. Stir, stir, stir.
Martha, Chloe wants to know what CNH stands for.
CNH.
California and Hawaii.
Aha. That makes a big, you have to really get that all coated. Now this is not the last step because this then gets baked in the oven because it will turn the popcorn a beautiful color. So here, I'll
Splash.
oh no, don't splash me. My new sweater. Don't splash it. Yeah, see how nice?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, but this won't do. You have to dry it out in the oven. So, and these trays, spread it on 2 trays, so you can do that for me too. But don't burn yourself. Here, use the rubber scraper to push it out half on the tray. That's good. I just don't want you to get covered with anything. Okay. She's adept in the kitchen. That's good.
Good.
Yep, and then it's like in the box, you know, in the Cracker Jack box. This is sort of like a homemade delicious Cracker Jack. Yeah, get that all out. And then this goes into the oven at what temperature? Yeah, 250 until it's crispy for 15 minutes. So the oven should be preheated. And is that why it's so hot in here? Because the oven's on? Is the oven on? Oh, you could have faked that. It's very warm. That's so pretty. It's a beautiful color. And that one's already cooked in the oven, right? I'm coming in here late. Okay, thank you. Now, easy cleanup. Just put this and the bowl and the pot, everything right in your sink. Fill it with hot water. Everything will sort of melt away. Yeah. And you can put the pot in there too. But watch out for the thermometer.
Martha, Johnny wants to know how far in advance can the griddle be made?
Oh, you can make it like now for Christmas. It'll stay very nicely if you wrap it well. Now, if you want to see, this is very well wrapped in the back. It's airtight, basically. Scotch taped so that there is no air getting onto the griddle. That will stay easily. And because we oiled the trays before we put the griddle in, it comes out so nicely. Really pretty. And then you get out your aggressions. Do you have any aggressions today? Oh. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to see the results of the election. And I was so happy I don't have any aggression today. But see how nicely it breaks? And break it into sizes that you think will be good. And this is so good eaten as is. It's also amazing on a hot fudge sundae. So if you want to do a really down-home kind of dessert for a fancy dinner party, a big scoop of homemade vanilla ice cream, the best hot fudge, pieces of brittle stuck around it, and then some whipped cream. Doesn't that sound good?
Sounds fabulous.
It's so good. So good. And that's a surprise kind of, and it's so easy. That's a very easy dessert. All you have to make is the brittle, which is so simple, and the hot fudge, which is simple. And so then these pieces can be put out. You can put it on a tray like this if you want, but you can also put mounds of it on pedestals. I like stacked pedestals. I think they're so pretty. And today we're getting out all my pedestals because I have this giant crowd of people coming out Sunday. It's cookies and eggnog, but then of course I get worried that people are going to be hungry, so I have to get food going. So any caviar, just send it along. Oysters. How do you entertain at the holidays?
Oh, we do a lot of oysters. We do a lot of outside
Where do you
oyster
live?
roasts.
How?
Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, well, of course you'd have oysters. Do you do oyster roasts or raw oysters?
Both.
Oh, I wish I could have an oyster roast this Sunday. Oh, I love
We do
oysters.
a lot of that during the...
So how do you do an oyster roast?
We actually have a oyster cooker, but a lot of people do like a pit
Yeah.
and put them down in the pit.
Oh,
with
or a
the-
big piece of metal, sheet
Yes.
metal? And
just
do you put
steam
seaweed?
them. Not so much seaweed, but the Bluffton oysters, which is what we get, are already really salty. And they're small, but they're very salty. So you just put them down with sometimes like burlap or something to cover them up.
Look
Just
how
steam
pretty
them.
that looks. Doesn't that look great? You could put a piece of evergreen on the plate, and people can munch.
Oh, it
And
looks gorgeous.
It is so good. You can have a little piece of this crumb. You want to taste?
I would love to.
And it looks hard, but it doesn't break your teeth. That's really important.
Delicious.
You know, and that's the baking soda that's added to make it foamy. Because if you don't put that baking soda in, it's like brittle. It's like hard caramel.
I'm gonna pass that out.
That's a good idea. Is that enough pieces?
You wanna break the second one? I'll come back and refill.
Okay. I like breaking it. And then another little hint and tip. You have 2 greasy pans. They're perfectly clean on the back, so don't put them inside each other. I can't stand it when they stack everything inside each other. Do it this way. It's much easier to clean up. Then you have 2 surfaces to clean instead of 4 surfaces, right?
Good idea.
Yeah. Easy. I try to get people to think about that. Homekeeping tip.
Martha, Kendra wants to know where she can get your eggnog recipe and what's the key ingredient.
Oh, that's no secret, that eggnog. Martha's eggnog, classic eggnog, is online, and I'm making that. I'm making a 70-egg eggnog for Sunday. 70 eggs. 6 bottles of cognac. 2 bottles of rum.
And how
I
many
think
people?
200, like 200.
Wow.
Yeah, and if any left over, everybody wants to take it home because it's so good. And cognac, rum, and bourbon. Best bourbon, best cognac. Oh, it's such a good eggnog. Heavy cream, milk, sugar, Domino sugar, super fine. Has to be super fine. And fresh nutmeg, freshly grated nutmeg. It's very, very nice.
Is this what we had in
Do you
there?
like the brittle? It is, isn't it? And so you can actually eat it. Yeah, no trips to the dentist. Which I hate. So there. Any other questions? You must have questions. Kim?
You guys can ask questions.
Oh yeah, what about you bloggers?
I have a question about Domino sugar, the super fine. Would you say that that's about the same texture as castor sugar?
It's even finer, I think, don't you think?
It's
a
just
little finer?
maybe a little bit finer, but
Oh, no, but it's not powdery. Sometimes,
it's not powdery.
Yeah, sometimes
You would have
castor-
a good substitute.
Yeah. Sometimes castor sugar is a little powdery. You don't want to use that for that.
What are some other good nuts to use? What are some other good nuts to use?
Cashew brittle is delicious. Filberts you could use if you toast them. You have to toast the filberts just a little tiny bit. Cashews. You could use green Italian pistachios. The really green ones from Sicily. Those are nice. Those are good nuts. I wouldn't.
Matt wants to know, would you add chocolate to the top of the brittle?
Why? I wouldn't. Now this, don't throw this away. This, just chop it a little bit more and use that on, like if you're making cupcakes, sprinkle that on top of really good vanilla frosting. Oh. And do not give it to the child with the nut allergy. I'm doing a demo at my granddaughter's school next week. And I was trying to think of what to do for them, and it's so hard to do food because now everybody has nut allergies. And the school, this is a nut-free school, so so I'm going to make cookies, but I'll be very careful not to have any nuts around. And you can't buy cookies because pre-made gingerbreads or anything because they might have nuts or oil or something.
Or made in a place where they're
not
may have been
yeah,
nuts.
yeah. So it's very, very difficult. And when I went to school, were there any nut allergies in your class?
Not that I knew of.
No, none of us knew of any allergies. So I don't think it's the nuts. We'll figure it out one of these days soon, I hope. Any other questions? We could go around the room, and can each blogger just say the name of your blog and what your blog is about? Want to start?
I'm Megan. I'm with Domino Sugar.
Oh, you're okay.
I'm Kristen. I'm a freelance writer.
For?
Vogue.com, New York Times, a bunch of different places.
And you're pink this time.
Yes.
And Heather?
I'm Kristen's mom. I'm also a freelance writer. I'm mostly working for the Edible series now. Edible Manhattan, Edible Queens. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kathy Gold, the cooking company in Philadelphia, and we have a blog where we teach people how to cook.
I'm Keiko, and my blog's Keiko Lynn, and it's a fashion, KeikoLynn, and it's a fashion and lifestyle and beauty blog.
Hi, I'm Angie. My blog's La Vie Anne Rose, and I write a lot about French culture and cooking and travel.
I love your blog.
Thank you.
Hi, Olivia Newhouse. I'm launching a healthy food product early next year called Rising Bear Foods. It's an energy bite, and it will have healthy sugars from fruits, but I also love Christmas cookies and everything else we're making here with Domino.
We work on your website. Victoria and Francis.
Everybody wants to know Victoria. Victoria edits, she writes, she creates the MarthaStewart.com, and there is the eggnog recipe on MarthaStewart.com, right? My three liquor fabulous eggnog. Thank you. Make sure it's there.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm Frances. I work on the website as well with Victoria.
Great.
Also a big fan of the eggnog.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm with Domino Sugar.
I'm Jennifer. I'm with Domino Sugar.
I'm Stephanie Shada. I write a blog called Ribbon Limestone about old house design and decor, and I'm a lifelong Martha Stewart fan.
I'm Stephanie. Nicole Serpenti.
She's also a longtime Martha Stewart fan. She's just too shy to say.
Hi, I'm Christina. I work here for Martha Stewart in marketing.
Hi, I'm Daniela. I write for Eater.com.
Hi, I'm Emily. I write about DIY and food for BuzzFeed.
Hey, I'm Jesse. I also write about food at BuzzFeed.
I'm Rebecca. I write for PopSugar.com.
Oh, about BuzzFeed. Every day I get, alerts, and they're just amazing. Who puts those alerts together with all those 27 different things you have to know to do this?
Probably one of ours.
Does it take a long time to put them together? Some of them?
Depends.
We don't have time to put them together.
It's incredible. I mean, today there's like these 4 of them online. Some of them I can't even mention. They're a little risque for the home audience, but the food things are so great, and it's great. And you?
I'm Alyssa, and I'm Rebecca's friend. I'm in town from Detroit, so she brought me along.
Did you say?
I'm Rebecca with Pop Sugar, and this is my best friend from college, actually.
Oh, okay. So what do you do for Pop Sugar?
I'm in charge of all of our branded content and used to oversee all of our mom's content.
So this is the perfect place to be.
Sugar, exactly, especially Domino's.
My name is Amelia Diamond, and I work at Man Repeller.
And you what?
I'm the head of creative there, so we cover everything. We say we cover what you would text your best friend about.
Nice. Great. So you see, we try to stay in touch with everybody who's interested in what we're all about, which is lifestyle, cooking, decorating, entertaining, organizing, all those things, especially decorating right now and cooking for the holidays. I have been so busy at my house. Last night I got home from a long day. Where was I yesterday? Oh, I was doing 2 episodes of Chopped, Monday and Tuesday. Chopped takes, if you're at all interested, Chopped takes, you have to be there at 7 a.m. in the morning, and you leave at about 7 p.m. at night for one show. And there's 4 contestants, and it is really difficult. But kind of fun. The other judges, I'm a judge, I'm a celebrity judge. And did we put this in the oven? Oh, it was, okay. I didn't. Are you sure? So dry, it's not very dry. Did this go in the oven?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's
So
in,
the superfine sugar has seemed to start a big conversation here on Facebook. John wants to know, if you don't have superfine sugar, can you take regular sugar, put it in a Ziploc bag, and beat it with a rolling pin?
I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. What I would do is I would put it in the food processor. It gets more powdery and nicely fine. Wouldn't you suggest that?
Yes.
Better than pounding it with a hammer. It'll take you way too long to break up the crystals. Just do it. You can pour it in the feed tube of your food processor and get it fine enough. And it's the same sugar, right? Yep. Another question? Oh, Sarah, come on in.
Hi.
Here's our food editor, Sarah Carey from Martha Stewart Living. How are you?
Hi.
This is our everyday
Hey, guys.
food guru. And what are you making for Christmas presents? Food?
I'm a little behind on Christmas
Here,
because
join
I
hands.
took. No, but I know that you just made fruitcake and stuff, right, over the weekend?
Oh, I wanted to tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I made.
Martha,
like
she's not behind.
8 plum puddings. I somehow
plum pudding,
got
right.
him. No, I made fruitcakes too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I made a lot of fruitcakes. I made plum puddings, and everything had to be hand chopped because I don't believe in the food processor for chopping raisins, and it gets too gluey. So you have to hand chop with big knives. So guess
How
who
many-
helped? Carlos helped. But Carlos wasn't any good. He's my driver. He was no good at all, and he got it was a
yeah, I'm
mess.
sure it was a
So-
huge mess.
So Emma is such a good chopper. She and I chopped for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
The nuts, the fruits, and then I made multiple plum puddings, which are very good. And then and we had to get the suet and grind the suet.
I knew you were making plum pudding when I heard there was suet in the kitchen.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
there's
like,
suet
what?
in the kitchen, and it had a kidney in it. It's
What?
That's what suet is. Suet
Oh,
is beef
oh,
fat
but
from
from
the
the
kidney
kidney, okay.
area, and it's very white and nice, and it wraps around the kidneys. And
It came with a kidney?
It came with a kidney.
Did you make beef and kidney
No,
pie
I gave
or
a kidney
something?
to the cats,
Oh,
and they
well, that's
loved
a good
it.
idea.
The raw kidney they love. And then I made fruitcakes, Mrs. Mouse's fruitcake, which is also on our website. And that's full of, amazing fruits. And I put figs and prunes and apricots and, let me see, pears and a few other dried fruits in the
Then
fruitcake.
that's the one that has the beautiful
Cherries
arrangement on the top,
Yeah,
right?
that gets green
It's
and red
really
cherries
elaborate,
and
beautiful.
apricot jam. And then I made the Duchess fruitcake.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Dowager Duchess.
The Dowager Duchess fruitcake from the Martha Stewart website, which I had never made before, but it's a white fruitcake.
Yeah, it's a white fruitcake.
So you have to use very pale fruits, citron, candied orange peel, candied lemon peel, and
Apricots?
I put apricots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
apricots.
beautiful.
But not candied apricots. I just put orange apricots.
Yeah.
And so beautiful because it's light but it's very wet when it comes out of the oven.
I think that it dries as
It does. It
sits.
hardens.
Yeah.
It solidifies.
So you're not behind at all.
Yes, I am. The
No,
dining room table. The dining room table has to be full, and
Are
it's
those all
only
for your party?
Yeah, only partially full. But I have to decorate and make them
I
look.
have not made a single cookie. I was going to bake all weekend, and somehow it just got away from me. But chewy chocolate gingerbread is my
But
favorite.
then last
cookie.
night when I got home from a day of Chopped, after a dinner and a party,
Mm-hmm.
I went home and made hard sauce. I made 6 batches of hard sauce for the plum puddings. That's really good, hard sauce, because
Butter and booze, right?
Butter. Guess what? Confectioner's sugar. 6 boxes of confectioner's sugar.
Of course.
And cognac, lots of cognac, and butter, sugar, cognac. And there's something else in there. I can't remember what the other thing is.
Zest? Some kind of,
I
no?
didn't put any zest in. Oh, heavy cream.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to taste all the heavy creams in the refrigerator because they were left over from a party a couple of weeks ago. And
That lasts a pretty long time,
Yeah,
by the way.
one quart was very fresh and nice. And so this is what goes on at home after a day at the office doing Facebook
And all
Lives.
weekend long.
Right. And so what about our bloggers? Any questions for me from the audience? you're here to ask questions. You can ask me, you can ask questions about sugar from our expert from Domino, or you can ask Sarah Carey something. Are you prepared? Yes.
I
of
mean,
course.
I try to be prepared at all times.
Any questions? Yes.
Okay, so you were talking about fruitcakes, and I just remembered one. I can't remember the name of it, but I want to know if either one of you have heard of it. It's a very dense fruitcake from Austria, and it's wrapped in marzipan. Do you know it?
Yeah. It's like Mrs. Mouse's fruitcake. Mrs. Mouse was from Germany, probably southern Germany, around Munich, which is very close to Austria. And she would wrap hers in marzipan, a layer of marzipan, then a layer of fondant. But that's too sweet for me, so I'm just doing candied fruit on top.
It's also beautiful that way.
Yeah, it's very pretty. But I put the marzipan in my Stollen. And a long tube of it in the middle of the Stollen, and it's so good. So that's next to make.
Are you making it? Are you making that?
I'll talk about food more than I make it.
Do you make any unique Hanukkah desserts besides the generic cookies and like donuts that are out there?
The coconut, what do you call those coconut cookies with the chocolate on them? That we make for Hanukkah.
Macaroons?
Yeah, macaroons. That's what I make, the pointy ones, four-sided, like pyramids from ancient Egypt. That's what I make. And I haven't really, we've made a lot of different Hanukkah desserts, but those are nice because they're just egg whites and sugar. And so beautiful, and I love dipping them in chocolate.
And donuts.
Maybe I'll make those too. Oh, donuts. Don't remind me of donuts, because one of the Chopped episodes was all about donuts.
Don't talk about it.
No, but you don't know. I'm not going to say anything else, but I am I am finished with donuts. Finished.
I'm not finished with donuts.
Yes.
I love making donuts.
What's your take on box panettone?
Panettone.
Imported panettone from Italy, you know, the beautiful boxes.
Oh, odd that you would ask. I just stopped at Via Quadrono on my way downtown, and I bought 3 panettone.
Do you buy them?
I just like that to in the kitchen. Everybody likes that with their coffee, so they get to eat the store-bought panettones.